Dairy Mitch and Ted here on The Buzz. Let's welcome to the show cosmetic surgeon and our close personal friend, Dr. Michael Workman.
Hello.
You are married to the beautiful Carol, who is also a doctor.
Yes.
I have a survey here thing that says that 61% of people admit they lie on the first date. You met Carol at medical school or before then?
In the emergency room.
Really?
She walked through the emergency room. I smiled at her. She didn't smile back.
Okay,
But you were wearing one of those masks. She couldn't see you.
What were you doing in the emergency room?
I was charting.
What was your
I was sitting at a desk charting, and she walked in to do a consult over at St. Vincent's.
Yeah.
And I smiled, and she didn't smile back.
Okay, but she saw you.
She
just
saw
didn't
me.
Feel like she didn't. You
She
didn't.
didn't.
Okay, so what happened then?
She was blowing me off.
Obviously, you didn't give up. You're like, she'll be mine.
Oh, no. In fact, I was out in my boat with my chief resident. I said, boy, I really want to go out with her. And this guy was just this macho, chief resident. And he said, Workman, she's way too much woman for you.
I must concur.
Yeah, absolutely. And so then I called her up and I said, let's go out in my boat on Saturday. And so
That's a good first line and first date.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so we went out, and she calls me Saturday morning, and she goes, Mike, I've got an earache. I'm going, oh, my gosh.
From
And
your stupid boat.
well, no. I didn't even get her out on the boat.
okay.
And Monday morning, I see her on rounds, and I said to her, well, how's your earache? And she goes, what earache?
Oh, no.
I knew I had her right then. I knew I had her.
Because most people, that's where...
Yeah, you had me at earache.
Okay, again, you didn't give up. Just so you asked her out for another date.
Yes.
And what was the first successful date you had?
That next date, I went out with my room. We double dated with my roommate, and I won't say his name, but he is just making out in the back seat of my boat
with
on
Carol.
the Willamette, and Carol's up in the no.
And you made the old switcheroo
No. I'm trying to impress her, this classy woman, and he is just mauling his girlfriend. And he was a doctor. He was my resident.
Yeah. Oh, my.
Yeah.
You doctors.
Yeah, urologist.
And so you guys got together in the front and passed judgment on the people in the back?
Absolutely. It pulled us together. Absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah.
And how long have you been married?
26 years.
That's beautiful. Congratulations.
Come May 20th.
And she's still way too much woman for you.
Way too much.
She's the best.
Okay, so we're stopping talking about Carol right now because this has nothing to do with her. One thing that I think concerns a lot of women and some men is if your body changes because of puberty or weight gain or loss or pregnancy, post-pregnancy, people can sometimes, depending on their skin type, develop stretch marks.
Absolutely. We call them stria.
And they are very, very, very difficult to get rid of or camouflage or disguise or anything else. What are some of the things that can help or alleviate or reduce stretch marks when a person has them?
Well, not much. Stria represent tears in the skin, and oftentimes it's not only the actual stria where the skin is stretched out, but that whole area of skin has lost its elasticity. So that, generally, be it the breast, be it the tummy, that whole area of skin just is really not very stretchy, doesn't contract anymore. We have what's called a pinch test, whereby we take the skin, pull it out, and let it go back, and we can assess how elastic the skin is. So getting back to your question,
when Mitch does that, it just stays.
Like a magic trick.
Yeah. So
he's got to push it back with chopsticks.
Back in there.
But we're working on lasers and a bunch of stuff, but nothing really
There's no
works
creams,
well.
lotions, and tapes, nothing.
A lot of people think that by tanning, it'll help the area look better, but that actually will weaken the skin further, won't it?
Yes, you get actinic damage, and tanning is bad for the skin long term.
Don't do it.
So what about if you have stretch marks on your stomach from pregnancy and you elect to have a tummy tuck, which is going to take out some skin anyway? Will that conceivably take out some of the skin that has stretch marks on it?
Oh, absolutely. And that's what's so ideal about the tummy tuck, because if you're any stretch mark from your belly button down, we'll get rid of. Okay, we totally just cut them out. Some women, they tend to get pregnant, and most of their growth or their stretch marks was down low,
right?
And so all of their stretch marks are below the belly button. We get rid of all those. I saw a patient today, unfortunately, had stretch marks probably halfway up to her rib cage. She'd gotten really large and had all these stretch marks way up high. So we're not going to be able to remove quite as many of those, but we'll still get a lot of them out.
I have a question we've never asked you before, and I can't believe
Can't
it.
imagine what this
Can
might
you
be.
do a tummy tuck on a back? Like, obviously, it's called something else then.
Yeah.
But, like, what if you have...
Back fatectomy.
Yeah, what if you have a flat stomach, but you have, like, rolls of fat on your back? Does that ever happen? And could you take that?
Seems
and
like you could.
Slice it
Yeah,
and cut it and
yeah.
sew it? And would it improve your posture?
Yeah, sit you right up and stand up straight.
Yes, yeah, it won't improve your posture. Well,
If you
it may
take
improve
enough,
your
it will.
posture. It probably will.
Yeah, just take a little extra.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the thing.
No, there are circumferential procedures whereby oftentimes people start having excess skin starting right at the breast, going underneath the armpit into the back, and there are
Round and round and
procedures.
round.
Yeah, there are circumferential procedures whereby you can ellipse that skin out,
Body
cut
lift.
it out. Yeah, there's a body lift also, and so the answer is yes. Pretty big time procedure. We primarily reserve that for massive weight
Celebrities.
loss
Oh,
patients.
okay.
Yeah, celebrities. No, for people who have lost and gained, let's say, a couple of 100 pounds.
It's a major deal.
Yeah, it's a major deal.
God, that must be exciting, though, for those people.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that exciting, and don't call me God.
It doesn't even make sense. He just says things like that.
That's why
he
he and I are
says
so
it,
close.
No, he says it in a cadence that makes you think it's a joke, but then when you look back and you think what
Once
the
I've
words
called
were,
you
it's
God.
not actually funny, except he's laughing at it. Okay, I have one more question for you,
Okay,
because
sorry.
I want to know if this is like an urban legend or not.
Okay.
Is it true that some models or people that for whatever reason want to have a little waspy waist have a rib removed? Like, is there
yeah,
a
I've heard that.
superfluous? Because
Yes.
I think that's probably not true.
No, it is true. It has been done.
Isn't that
Wow.
foolish?
I think most people would say it's the
Excessive.
risk. It's excessive. The risk outweighs the benefit. If you look at our rib cage, we have 10 regular ribs and we have 2 floating ribs. And the floating ribs literally are floating, and they're down below the 10th rib so that you can remove those and it will narrow the waistline.
I want my baby back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have some baby back
Yeah.
ribs. At this point.
Absolutely. Those are the baby back ribs.
You can find out all about Dr. Michael Workman's extensive practice. He is a renowned plastic surgeon in the Pacific Northwest. He's done more augmentations than almost anybody,
the
and
best.
he knows his stuff. Just
And he's wearing polka dot shoes.
look at his beautiful wife, and you'll know that he knows what a perfect woman looks like.
That's nice.
Oh, how
Put that
nice
on your
is
anniversary
that?
card.
How nice is that?
Yeah.
Dr. VR, MichaelWorkman.com.
Thanks, Doc.
Thank you.